All right, so we've got this transmission pretty much assembled to the point that I can install it, except I forgot one thing that is kind of an easy thing to do right now while this is sitting out here, and it'll bite me if I don't. So, and that is the starter bushing. So inside of this hole, so this is where the starter mounts, right in there. And inside this hole is basically a pilot bushing. It's a brass bushing. I've got a starter here to show you. Typical Volkswagen starter. That bushing ends up sliding on to here. So the starter on the end, these starters are kind of like this front shaft on the transmission, where it requires a bearing out here, bushing out here, with the pilot bearing in this case. But the starter kind of is similar, where you can see how much that moves right there. And this is a good starter. It came off this transmission. It requires this bushing to act as a bearing, essentially, to maintain the end of this starter into position where it is straight. It has a bearing in the back. There is a bearing back here, but there's no bearing in the center here where you would think. So that's what this bushing's job is, to do that. And they wear over time. Typically when you buy a new starter, it'll have one on here, or a rebuilt one, or whatever you get. It'll have one sitting on there, and it'll have a big, note on it somewhere, or it'll have it zip tied to it. And it'll say that if you don't replace this bushing, then you void the warranty. I will show you at another time on another car when this transmission's installed in a car and there's an engine on it, how to get this bushing out and put a new one in it. But where this is out, where the transmission's sitting right here, it's super easy to do. There are, as far as I know, there's 3 different bushings. You've got a 6-volt bushing, a 12-volt bushing, and they're different sizes, and it's based on the starter. And then there is a bushing that is kind of, it's in between. It's a fat-looking bushing with this size inner hole, and it's made for a 6-volt transmission that is using a 12-volt starter. This one's kind of weird because this is a 6-volt transmission. It's a 1965 transmission, but the bushing that's in there appears to just be a regular 12-volt one. And it's possible someone actually reamed out the original 6-volt bushing and put a 12-volt one into it, but I'm not sure until I get it out. So let me get you in a spot where I can show you this a little better, and we'll get that bushing hammered out and put the new one in. All right, so to get this bushing out in this position, if you had a drift or something, or a socket or something that was the right size, you could probably just put it on here, give it a whack, and have it come out. I don't have one that's the exact size of this bushing, so I'm just going to use this punch from the backside and drive it out. It really doesn't matter whether you go forward or back when you're removing it. Obviously, if there was an engine here, you'd have to pull it out, not push it out. But in this case, I should be able to, if I can do it without knocking this camera over. All right. It's a nice one. It's going to come out nice and easy. Some of these, sometimes they'll get a little jammed up, and this is going to shoot out. So I don't have another hand to grab it. Maybe. Yep. All right. So let me grab that off the floor. Step you back a bit, and we're just going to compare the two that we have here. And you can measure them and stuff and really make sure that this is right. But I mean, I can clearly see that this is the same bushing. The one that I took out, the reason I took it out, it probably isn't too bad, but the starter did have just a little bit of play in it. So I figured while I have it here, it's a $5 bushing, just pull it out and replace it and be done with it. I do believe on this transmission, yeah, you can see it in there. Well, you can't because I just stuck that in front of it. But inside this hole, you can actually see there is another bushing in there. And what's in there, I'm assuming, is the remnants of a 6-volt bushing that are just still in there. I have a conversion bushing, but I'm almost thinking if this is tight enough, I'm almost thinking that it's been this way for however long this dune buggy's been put together. My best guess is the early 70s on this. So I'm gonna just see if I can get this bushing in without sliding that one out. Then that's what I'm gonna do. If this one starts to move on me, I'll run up in the attic and get a conversion bushing, and we'll stick that in there. So let me. I'll leave you right there, hopefully. And what I have to install this is I actually have it's a Volkswagen one too. I don't even actually know what it's directly for, but it is the right size for this, where it has just a hair over of a lip, because when this bushing gets pressed in, you want it flush on the back side. We'll see if this thing wants to play nice and go in there. Nope. So yeah, it's not going to happen. So this inner piece is actually coming out. So I'm just going to pull this, if I can get this starter bushing out. I'm going to pull the whole thing, and I will go get a conversion bushing and put it in. Somebody put some work into. All right. So here's this bushing. Step back a bit. So yeah, somebody put some serious work into doing this. It's kind of weird, but good for them. But there was no way this was just going to slide back in there. They may have even, this is the one that came out of it. They may have even, I can't tell that it is. They may have pressed this in and then pressed the whole thing in. But at this point where it's all out, let me just go get the proper one and we'll put that in. Okay. Where are you here? So here's the proper bushing, and you can see that's the 12. This is the 12 volt one. This is the outside diameter is for 6 volt. Inside is for 12. And here's the sleeve that they kind of made, or I don't know. They might have made a sleeve, or maybe this was. It's also possible maybe in the 70s. I'm not old enough to know this, but maybe and maybe one of you guys can comment and let me know, but maybe in the 70s they made sleeves that were made to take up the gap between a 12 volt and a 6 volt instead of actually making a bushing like this one. Maybe this is more of a 80s up type of thing. I don't know, but this is what I've always used when I've done this, so I just kind of assume that they've always made them, but I guess at some point somebody had to start making everything, so. And now let's see if we can get this thing in there without destroying anything. I gotta move you over. I know I'm shaking everything around here. Try to get you so you don't have a ton of light, and then I'm not knocking you over and all the vibration and everything else. Okay. There's that bushing in. Sorry for the odd angle on doing that, but sometimes that's the best you can get. So there's that bushing. Let me show you from the back side, if I can get back there. You see the bushing is flat. See if I can focus here. The bushing is flat across on this piece here. part of the reason for that is that it's flat on that side. There is a tool when this whole car is put together and everything's in there that slides in from the backside into here, expands, and then you can draw that bushing out. If you push this bushing in too far when you're installing one and come too far into this, the tool will not fit in there. And like I said, I can show you how to do that and how that works with and without a tool at another time when the situation comes up. So that's it. Now this transmission's really done. I can start getting it installed in the car. I appreciate everybody watching. You know, if the videos are good, subscribe. If not, you know, I apologize for wasting your time, but hopefully I'm able to kind of share some Volkswagen knowledge that I have. There's plenty of people that have knowledge, and there's plenty of different ways of doing things out there. But if I can, you know, help out one or two people with this video, then it served its purpose. All right, have a good one. Thanks.